In this AutoCAD Fundamentals lesson, we're going to use the spacer design to discuss several different things like drawing unit setup, line work, arcs and circles, and saving a drawing. To start the spacer design drawing, we first need to start a new drawing. There's several different ways to do that. We can go here and do new, create a new drawing, use the AutoCAD or acad.dwt template. We can go up to the application menu, go to new. It's going to open up a dialog box and we can see the different template files here that are an option. We're going to use the ACAD template that's by itself. The DWT file type is the AutoCAD template file format. An AutoCAD template file contains predefined settings to reduce the amount of tedious repetitions. Go ahead and select Open. First thing we need to do is set up our drawing units. Every object we construct in a CAD system is measured in units. We should determine the system of units within the CAD system before creating the first geometric entities. In the menu bar, we're going to go up to Format and select Units. We want to go ahead and click on the length type. You'll see that it says decimal right now, but you'll see there's a bunch of different options here, architectural all the way through scientific. We are going to go ahead and leave it on decimal, and then we want to change the precision to 2 units after the decimal point. Once we have that set, go ahead and select OK. The next thing we need to do is set up the drawing area. We're going to do that by setting up the drawing limits. Setting the drawing limits controls the extents of the display of the grid. It also serves as a visual reference that marks the working area. It can also be used to prevent construction outside of the grid limits and as a plot option that defines an area to be plotted or printed. This setting does not, however, limit the region for geometry construction. To set the drawing limits, we're first going to go up to Format, and then we're going to go to Drawing Limits. In the command prompt area, notice you'll see the message, Reset Model Space Limits, Specify Lower Left Corner, and then in carets it'll have 0, 0. Because we want the drawing limits lower left corner to be at 0, 0, we're going to press Enter. Now you'll notice in the command prompt area it says Specify Upper Right Corner. It already has 12 units over in the X direction, 9 units up in the Y direction. We do want to keep that, so we're going to go ahead and select Enter. You'll notice there really wasn't any change within the AutoCAD drawing window, and if we move our cursor around, we'll see that the upper right corner is way past the 12:9. The drawing limits command is used to set the drawing area, but the display will not be adjusted until display command is used. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Let's go up to View, then go to Zoom, and go to All. And you'll see that it changed our drawing window. There's a couple different ways we actually could have done that. We also could have gone over here to this and gone to Zoom All as well, and that would have done it too. The Zoom All command adjusts the display so that all objects in the drawing are displayed to be as large as possible. If no objects are constructed, like our drawing, the drawing limits are used to adjust the current viewport. So you'll notice if we go up here to the upper right, we're now much closer to our 12:9. Now, because my screen is wider than the 12 units, it's going to end up giving us a grid that goes further. In the status bar area, I want you to right mouse click on Snap Mode and go to Snap Settings. It's going to pop up a dialog box. I want you to make sure that both of these, the Snap X and Snap Y, are set to 0.5, and the Grid X and Grid Y are set to 0.5 as well. And go ahead and select OK. Go back down to the status bar area. I want grid on and snap on and everything else off. So if you have anything else on, turn it off down there. We can now start constructing our object, our spacer. So to do that, we're going to select the line command. And then to further illustrate the usage of the different input methods and tools available in AutoCAD, we're going to start the line segments at some arbitrary location. So I'll just start them right there. That looks good. We're going to create a horizontal line by using the relative rectangular coordinates entry method relative to the last point we specified. So I'm not going to move my cursor, and I'm just going to enter at 6, 0. Next, we're going to create a vertical line by using the relative polar coordinates entry method relative to the last point we specified. So that that point we're rubber banding from right now. So we're going to do at 3 less than 90. Select enter. Next, we're going to use the direct input method. We're going to move the cursor directly to the left of the last endpoint. So it's going to go this direction. I'm going to go way farther than I need to, and that's fine. If we need to zoom in or zoom out, we can actually, if you have a scroll wheel on your mouse, you can roll that and it will zoom in and zoom out so that we can get right on top of this and see exactly what we're doing. So using the direct distance entry technique, we're going to enter 2 and select enter. Then move the mouse and you'll see that it had gone over 2 units. We're going to use that same thing and we're going to go down 0.5. We're going to go over 2, up 0.5, and then over 2 again. To end the line command, we can either hit the enter key on the keyboard or use the enter option by right mouse clicking and selecting enter. We're now going to use the erase command. The vertical line on the right was created as a construction line to aid in the construction of the rest of the lines for the design. We're going to use the erase command to remove it. So go up, select erase from the toolbar, select that line, and then right click to accept your selection. Next, we're going to use the arc command. To do that, click on the down arrow of the arc command up here in the toolbar. I want to show you the different options here. AutoCAD provides 11 different ways to create arcs. The different options are used based on the geometry conditions of the design. The more commonly used options are the 3 points option and the center start end option. We're going to go ahead and select the center start end option. This option requires the selection of the center point, the start point, and the end point location in that order of the arc. Go ahead and move your cursor over to the right side of the drawing here, and we're going to go right to the middle of the 2 horizontal lines and align the cursor to the 2 endpoints. Go ahead and click, and you'll see that we have now set the center point of our arc. Move the cursor downward and select the right endpoint of that first line. You'll see the arc has started now and it's following our cursor around. We can now select the endpoint of the arc, which is on the upper line. And go ahead and click and you'll see that we now have an arc. We're going to repeat those steps on the left hand side to create an arc over there as well. So center, start, end. But AutoCAD, most CAD systems, positive angles are defined as going counterclockwise. Therefore, the starting point of the second arc should be at the end point on the top. So we're going to start here and notice that it goes around this direction. And then we can click there. We're now going to use the circle command. So we want to go up to circle, and remember there's multiple different options in circle. We're going to do center diameter. We're going to select the same location for the arc center as the center point for our new circle. So we'll be right there. It's going to ask us what diameter we want. We're going to say 1.25 and select enter. And then we're going to do the same thing on the right hand side. So we can go ahead and right click and say repeat circle and do our center point here. And then notice it's on radius. If we hit D, it'll go to diameter. Then we can enter 1.25, or notice there's carets down there with 1.25, and we can go ahead and hit enter. And it should give us a 1.25 unit circle. Our drawing for the spacer design is actually done, so now we need to save it. Several different ways that we can do that. So we're going to go up here to the quick access toolbar, select save. It's going to give us a dialog box that asks us where we would like to save it. It automatically goes back to the last place that we saved a drawing. And so down here in file name, we're going to call it spacer. Leave it as the default DWG file type and go ahead and select save. Now that we have our drawing saved, we can exit AutoCAD. To exit AutoCAD, we can select exit AutoCAD in the menu bar, or another option, and this is an example of AutoCAD giving you 18 ways to do everything, you can type quit in the command prompt. So I go down here to the command prompt, type quit, and hit enter. It closes not only the drawing, but the AutoCAD program as well.